Well, what is empathy? That's what we have to define. I mean, what makes us care about another person? And there's various devices that are obvious. First of all, if they do things that we do, we recognize ourselves in them because they're like us. There's a great device that's very simple that every screenwriter should use. If you have a character on screen by themselves, then we know that we're in on a secret. If we see a character, for example, about to go on a date, and maybe it's a male character, they're losing their hair, and we see them in front of a mirror, and now they're combing their hair in various ways to cover their bald patch. At that moment, the character hasn't spoken. They haven't done anything spectacular. They're not blowing up anything. They don't have a gun out. They're not chasing anyone. There's no narrative. But what we're witnessing is a character's vulnerability. We're sharing a secret with them. We know something about their interior monologue. Then when they go on a date, and this is an obvious and terrible trope, but I'm giving you this example, and the girl says, I love bald men. They show such confidence. We know something about the other character, the male character's interior life, that she doesn't. And right away, we feel connected with that character because we're sharing their perspective on her remark. It's devices like that that build a bridge between audience and character and establish empathy. And I'm talking about vulnerability. Mm-hmm. Just like I said at the beginning of this, when a director reveals that they themselves are vulnerable and subject to all the same forces and insecurities as ordinary human beings, when a character does that, an audience will inevitably relate to them. Same thing with universal experience. We all live most of our lives in fear. So when a character is at menace, when a character is in danger, inevitably, whoever that character is, the audience will feel empathic because we feel in danger most of the time. Hitchcock was a genius at employing this mechanism. In Frenzy, there's a serial killer who's in the back of, I think, a potato truck. And he's with a body of someone he's killed. And the reason he's on that potato truck is when he's killing this woman, she's pulled a ring or stick pin off him. And it's in her rigor mortis held hand. And a police car is pulled up behind the potato truck. Now, I may be misremembering it. And if he didn't do it this way, he should have. And he's then trying to open the hand to get the ring out so that he can put it on his hand and get off the potato truck. Meanwhile, the police car is right behind him. Now, you would think there's no way in the world the audience would have any empathy for a serial killer. And yet, they always do.
They do, yeah.
Why? Because we're not intellectually engaged in identifying who this person is morally. We're instead empathically engaged with a universal experience of fear.
And vulnerability.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fascinating. That is so cool.
Yeah. So, and we do this all the time. And I think one of the functions of the first act, and again, here I am using terms like first act, second act, third act, but is two things. First of all, you want the audience to engage with your character. So show them as vulnerable. And one of the great ways to show them vulnerable is to create an understanding of them. So have them on screen by themselves. I said, I think earlier, that I believe that all human interaction is dishonest. Whenever we're speaking to someone, we're selling ourselves, we're selling an idea, we're trying to convince them of something. So we know, even with our lovers, our partners, or people in business or we associate with, that there's some level of dishonesty. So inevitably, there's some level of distrust. But when a character is on screen by themselves and not speaking to anyone, they're not manipulating anybody or anything.
They're authentic. Yeah.
They're authentic, and they're showing the genuine themselves. And because they're on screen by themselves and we see them on screen by themselves, we feel we know them. Therefore, we empathize with them. Therefore, everything that happens to them subsequently, we care about, and that makes our film that much better.